Cardo! Duro Monsta Cardo! Duro Monsta Cardo! Duro Monsta Cardo! Duro Monsta Cardo!
What's up guys, Crispy Waffles here, and we're back with the best thing since 5-mana Pocket Galaxy, the one, the only, no Minion Mage, aka Spell Mage, aka Duro Monsta Cardo. Now jumping right into the deck list, we've got the MVP Incanter's Flow, perfectly balanced and in no way needs a nerf. This gives us access to some absolutely insane burst damage while giving one of the smoothest draw engines we've ever seen. 0 mana Cram Session, 1 mana Arcane Intellect, 2 mana Refreshing Spring. You can get a Rigged Fair Game off the Ring Toss, Blood Mage off the Prim Studies, you run out of draw or burst, just discover some more and you're right back into the action. Now, there are a couple different variations floating around, but they've all got the same 28 or 29 core cards. You can swap out Shooting Star for Cone of Cold. Shooting Star can really save you against aggro and is technically the better option, but I've been really enjoying the Cone of Cold myself. There's also a version that cuts Combustion for a second Shooting Star, or if you're really sick of weapon rogues, I've seen people have luck cutting a Ring Toss for an Ice Barrier, but no matter what your fancy happens to be, you can't go wrong with any of those options. Now, as a general rule of thumb, when you're against control matchups, you'll want to save your spell damage minions for the Cram Session to maximize your draws, do everything you can to clear the board with your cards that hit their face, and basically keep applying pressure as efficiently as possible. Make sure they have to react to your plays, don't give them a chance to play the cards they want to play, and the Phoenix can be really huge to get you that last bit of burst damage. Whereas in the aggro match, you can generally feel free to toss out the spell damage minions without the Cram Session if you have to. Fireballing a 3/3 minion is fine, don't worry about their health unless you're close to lethal, and make sure you play around the potential 8 damage Alexstrasza they can throw out. As long as you pull out Ice Barriers from the Ring Toss to keep yourself above 8 HP, you should be fine. Now, the mulligan's pretty straightforward here. Step 1, we want to keep the Prim Studies for turn 1. If we don't have Prim Studies, Font Power works fine instead. Step 2, toss anything that isn't Incanter's Flow. And step 3, that's it. If you want to get really fancy, we don't want the Font Power against Warrior, Hunter, or Mage. In the mid game, they got the Rhino, they can buff their hand, they got ETC, Ice Barrier, and all that. And then you can keep the Cram Session with the Prim Studies. I like keeping a Devolving Missiles against Priests to troll the Raised Dead. Shooting Star can save you against aggro. Worst case scenario, if your memory's as bad as mine, just keep something that makes minions for turn 1 and toss everything else for Incanter's Flow. Now let's jump right into the meat and potatoes. Oh my god, it's Kibler. This deck is pretty strong, but we'll have to be extremely careful.
Duro Monsta Cardo! Duro Monsta Cardo! Duro Monsta Cardo! Duro Monsta Cardo!
That went pretty well. Oh my god, it's Kibler again. Well, we're definitely going to lose this time. He's a much better player than us, and he does deserve to win here.
At the end of the day, this is just a game. It doesn't matter if I win, lose, or...
Duro Monsta Cardo! Duro Monsta Cardo! Duro Monsta Cardo!
Alright, let's jump right into some serious games. Gonna take you with us on our journey to a 140 legend. Like and subscribe or Blizzard's buffing ticket is.
Let's do this!
Oh, try not to yawn. You're a Demon Hunter? Anything that's not a priest works for me at this point. So we got a pretty decent start here with the Incanter's Flow. We don't have a turn 1, so we'll toss everything else. Luckily though, we will draw into a Font of Power, so we have a great turn 1 and 2 ahead of us. These two could combo pretty nice. I don't know if I'll actually be playing minions that give us a chance to combo them, but there's some good synergy there. Now that we have the Incanter's Flow, your priority against Demon Hunter should be keeping them busy, blowing their lifesteal early, continue to spam them with damage so they have to play defensively, just like the Warlock matchup. You also want to prioritize stopping their Skull of Gul'dan with the counterspell. Even if we haven't corrupted the Ring Toss, if they're able to play Skull of Gul'dan on the next turn, you generally want to just go for the counterspell. Even if you miss, they'll have to play around it. And don't forget to keep the coin and that 1 mana spell in mind when prepping for the Skull. It's not like we really want to go for an Arcane Intellect, might as well take the board, even if it's just with like a tiny 1-drop. That lets us go for Refreshing Spring next turn, because we'll be at 9 at the start, and then we can coin into a Pexus Blast, corrupt the Ring Toss, get that random 5-drop out, and then we'll still be able to play the Corrupted Ring Toss before his turn 6, so that'll troll his Skull of Gul'dan.
Duro Monsta Cardo! Monsta Cardo!
Decent 5-drop too. Much better than a 3-3 or 1-1. So I'm thinking we'll want to get the Blood Mage out just for a bit of extra... Not even for the board, just mainly for like the draw for 1 mana. If he plays a minion, we can go Brain Freeze with it, but... Basically whatever we can do for 2 mana to get some value, as long as we get the Corrupted Ring Toss out, should be golden. Still not a legend, shake my head, we're getting there. Mirror Entity is too likely to troll us by putting a free Moog Artificer on the board. Okay, a Waste Salad could really screw with him. We'll take the counterspell just in case he's... I don't know, ballsy enough to go for it. Even though Netherwind Portal is the smart pick because we'd assume he plays around counterspell, I've had Demon Hunters just Skull of Gul'dan into Secret without thinking twice, and I don't like to take any chances with it. Nice, got that Water Elemental. Turn 6, we can just start spamming out the mask because he's done. We already got the board advantage. The Ring Toss, though. Yeah, I guess we just mask. We don't want to give him 3 minions to hit. With this lifesteal, we're able to keep him frozen, so we can't heal with the weapon. It's definitely gonna be tricky for him to you know, not die. I think we just win with a mask next turn. Like I said, we held the Apexis Blast for more damage, as well as limiting him to 2 targets for that lifesteal spell that hits 3 targets. If we draw something that lets us use the... Yep. Okay. Oh wait. We're like 1 damage off. Oh well. Close enough, right? Okay, look at how close we are, guys. We're so close. We just gotta pet the Innkeeper for good luck. And then get into this final game. Get this legend rank. And then, celebrate? We're gonna do it. You see the stars. They're all there. We got 3 of them. Paladin, too. Like, it is a really annoying matchup, but I feel like there's been so many people playing Paladin this month that it's my, like, most practiced matchup, so like, if I could go against nothing but Paladins all night on ladder, I'd love it. Just because I've, like... Oh, it's Thunder again. I remember him. Tossing anything that's not a turn 1 or Incanter's Flow for the mulligan, hopefully you know the drill by now. But I feel like this deck really is favored against Paladin, even if that's not what HS Replay says. Or like any of the sites. If they go for Crab Rider on turn 2, just play your Incanters and clear the Crab after they buff it. And we got the Incanter's Flow, so it's like pretty much the best start we could ask for. You just gotta be really careful with your Devolving Missiles. Don't use them too early, like always wait for him to blow a buff first. The eggs make it really annoying. For Hero Power, Fireball anything he buffs, that'll corrupt the Ring Toss. And like I said earlier, Paladins always run Alexstrasza. If you get too far behind, well, make sure to keep yourself above 8 health with Ice Barrier. We're off to a pretty strong start, so we might not even need the Ice Barrier here, depending on how it goes. So we don't have the greatest options in our hand at the moment. We'll blow a Cram Session for a 1 draw. As rough as that is, it's not really as bad in aggro as it would be in control. Okay, Minion Mage pretty good in this matchup. They don't really have anything to clear it. We'll be patient with their Devolving. Hopefully get the Minion Mage out next turn. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. Scratch everything I said. Wow, okay. That was amazing.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Like, I don't know how many times I've used Devolving Missiles with just an Ogremancer on the board and I still can't hit it. That time we hit the Ogremancer twice and the egg. That was beautiful. It looks like we're going to use our second Devolving Missiles already, which is a little bit scary, but at least we can get the stealth out. Like, with the spell damage, hopefully the Fireball and Mask of Seathon will be enough damage to take care of anything. We haven't really hit any of our draw cards yet either, so as soon as we can get one of those, we'll be able to refill our hand. Go for the Fireball, finally get some secrets out. Ooh, and some draw cards. Here we go. We're about to have a very fun turn. And then we'll draw some cards, get all our mana back. I wasn't finished, but okay. Oh, what'd I tell you? Legend! Ooh, 140. That's pretty good, isn't it? We did it, boys. We do a victory lap. Cause, like, I don't know, I guess we only really need the Devolving if he plays, like, a lifesteal buff or anything that heals him with, like, a death rattle. Uh-oh. I think, come on, there's no... Come on! There's no way that... There was 4 targets! Why did... Thanks for watching all the way to the end, you absolute legend. If there's any specific matchups giving you trouble, maybe you got some ideas to make my video better, or maybe you just want to say hi, go ahead and drop a comment below. I always want to hear from you. I'm finally back in action, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'll be streaming 5 days a week, Friday to Tuesday, starting at midnight. Catch me on Twitch, or just subscribe to me here, because I'll be dropping a new video every weekend. If you like the video, don't forget to smash that like button, or maybe even share it with a friend. I'll see you in the next one, and stay beautiful.
Pot of Greed lets me draw 2 cards from my deck.